local communities. They may not want a townhouse or a condo.
See, that's another thing with these problems, bro, with these houses. It's like this. It's too tight. Like, you can't. If I'm buying a house, bro, if I'm paying half a million, $600,000 for a house, I want some land. Do y'all agree with me? I want a little land, a little backyard, maybe a little front yard. Not too much, because, I mean, cutting grass is cool. But a little land where I can have a little cookout with the fam. The good men come over, you know what I mean? But like properties like this, you get no land, you get no privacy. I could probably knock on the side of the door and hear the side of my wall and hear people. What's up with y'all, man? Welcome back to J Russ TV. If you're new to my channel, hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. J Russ TV. We cover all things business, lifestyle, reaction videos to a wide range of different topics. If you're returning to my channel, appreciate you, fam. You already know what's up. We running it up. Appreciate the love and support. Y'all been doing it. We growing up, trying to build the channel, trying to stay consistent. But the next topic we're about to get into is why Americans can't find starter homes. Now, this is a big problem all across the U.S. You know what I mean? Homes have skyrocketed, even for myself. Lucky I was able to buy my first property about a year ago now. It's crazy to even say that. But I got it for a deal. I got it for a good deal from a family friend, so they was able to be patient with me. But as far as like townhouses and single family homes, I live in the DMV area. Things have been going up crazy. And recently, college grad back in the day, you used to be able to purchase a home like with like a 60-70K salary by yourself, maybe. You know what I mean? Now you need 2 income household, bro. Like, it don't make no sense.
Starter homes are disappearing from the United States. In the early 1980s, as many as 40% of the new homes built were considered entry-level. By 2023, just 9% fit the criteria. Given enough.
What? That's crazy. Hold on. Starter home constructed in the U.S. 1980 up 40%. 9%, bro? What is... I mean, I understand the pandemic might have had something to do with it, but it's just declining. It's just declining, bro. Like, that don't make no sense. So, I don't know.
20 years, and literally no young person will be able to afford to purchase a home, period. Meanwhile, a slowdown is mounting in the home building industry, which could contribute to the ongoing decline of the starter home.
Both housing starts and building permits, which are an indicator of future construction, have slowed down this fall.
Too, yeah.
And it's not just seasonal.
I guess it's a good way you can
check. There are over 3 million potential first-time home buyers in the country. They're up against high home prices.
Year-over-year price home appreciation. I'm saying I'm in that Baltimore area right there. 7.3%. More than Boston. Since Ohio been going crazy. Dang, we more than San Jose, California. It's ridiculous, bro.
Keep rising.
That's ridiculous.
Starting to see are mini price bubblets in markets that are an hour, 2 to 3 hours from major metropolitan cities.
It is such an unusual market because we have an all-time low of first-time home buyers, but an all-time high of all cash buyers.
So where did all the starter homes go? A starter home is typically modest in size and price.
It's the most affordable home in any market. If you're in the Midwest, maybe it's in the $100,000 range. If you're in California, a starter home might be in the $400,000 range.
To me, a starter home used to be a smaller condo, a smaller space, and someone would upgrade. Maybe after 5 years, as they get married or have a family and want to move. But now we're actually seeing that most people are buying their first home as a single family residence and really planning on staying in place.
America's home builders are making fewer of these kinds of units.
If you look at the number of single-family starter homes, those defined as being 1,400 square feet or smaller,
1,400 square feet
and 500,000.
1,400 square feet or below is considered a starter home. Okay, interesting. Property I'm in now, I think it's 1,100 square feet, 1,200 square feet. Okay. New number of new homes constructed below. I'm saying the 1980s they were going crazy, bruh. Then it went back up. It's just been trending down, like
units a year.
Especially when the '08 crisis hit. Let me know in the chat where y'all live at, where y'all from. Let me know what area y'all live. Have y'all been seeing home prices increase? What's it looking like in your area?
Homes each year.
What's your age? Are you young? You old? Have you been able to find starter homes, or you just about to rent it out?
One reason is the increasing difficulty that many builders have in dealing with zoning regulations.
Zoning laws are set at the local level. These laws can determine the size of each lot in a neighborhood. They can also specify how far a structure is set back from the property line, how tall it is, or how many units are on site. In many cases, these laws create an opportunity for local residents to challenge new development. The residents often raise concerns, like overcrowding of schools and wear and tear on local roads.
A lot of this has to do with density restrictions within local communities. They may not want a townhouse or a condo.
See, that's another thing with these problems, bro, with these houses. It's like this. It's too tight. Like, you can't... if I'm buying a house, bro, if I'm paying $500,600,000 for a house, I want some land. Do y'all agree with me? I want a little land, a little backyard, maybe a little front yard. Not too much, because, cutting grass is cool. But a little land where I can have a little cookout with a fam. The good men come over, you know what I mean? But, like, properties like this, you get no land, you get no privacy. I could probably knock on the side of the door and hear, the side of my wall and hear people.
Community coming in, but they absolutely will welcome a single-family community.
You Cooker Cutter Jones.
Are found all around the country. The most restrictive ones are often found in major cities.
Many builders
Washington D.C. That's where I'm at. DMV area. It's the top one. Top one.
So expensive to build that they can only build high-end single-family and high-end multi.
What's up with y'all, fam? Welcome to the live stream. We covering why Americans can't find starter homes right now. It's crazy. These prices is going up.
There are a couple who specialize, like D.R. Horton, which has an express homes division, which specializes.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and leave a comment in the chat. Let's discuss. Let's chop it up.
In order to pencil all the costs they have and make it affordable to that lower end buyer.
So inventory is an issue.
As a result, home builders and first-time buyers are targeting further-flung locations.
We've definitely seen a trend toward purchasing a home further from the urban core. So you do see a lot of new construction in suburbia and exurbia.
Exurbia, I don't know what that means.
Rising most rapidly in low-density and rural areas. Experts say that relaxing these codes could lead to higher levels of home building and preserve affordability.
For example, in San Antonio, there's some builders that are building sub 1,000 square feet single-family detached homes, right? Which would have been almost unthinkable just a few years ago. So the market is reacting, but its response mechanism is really limited because of the rules of the game.
Least restrictive zoning. Texas been going
welcoming many newcomers.
Yeah, I can see Texas. Texas be going crazy. They building left and right. I know they going up too. Rochester, New York. Okay.
For an example, see Metro Atlanta.
Home is in Atlanta now. I'm currently in Decatur, Georgia, which is right outside of the perimeter, so I have easy access to the city. It gives a little bit more of suburban-ish kind of feel. It's just the culture, the energy.
It's probably different vibes than Atlanta. Atlanta.
A more elevated experience in day-to-day living, honestly.
Lillian Mantaya is a filmmaker and entrepreneur. She was in line to buy a home in the Baltimore area in 2024, but that plan fell through.
Oh, for real?
Since
she's like on the BMO.
She's moved to Atlanta to live with her sister and come up with a new plan.
I did grow up in Baltimore. I gave Baltimore a shot in my adulthood with my children, and I did the 9 to 5 and, attempted to buy a house there and everything. But Baltimore wasn't providing just the lifestyle, resources, community that is needed for me to thrive. And Atlanta has been able to kind of just support me.
What she mean? What specifically, though? She needs a little more detail.
More dense forms of housing could have helped first-time buyers, particularly in crowded areas.
We do know that local communities are trying to address the lack of housing inventory in pretty unique ways. So accessory dwelling units is certainly a popular approach right now. That's one solution, but I think we need to be looking at adaptive reuse as well. So looking at vacant hotel motels, looking at vacant residential malls.
I've been seeing that a lot lately.
How do we bring residential?
I've been seeing that a lot lately. They've been vacant malls, vacant office buildings, stuff like that. A lot of companies have been just transforming those into apartments or condos or whatever. Smart. Utilize space. No need to rebuild a whole bunch of stuff.
Units into those areas.
Much of the new construction since 2020 is in luxury apartments, with units that are not for sale.
The recent boom in multifamily construction has been on the higher luxury end, but it's easier for multifamily developers to get in and pencil that many apartments because they're renting them, and rents have been very high.
Finances are a big barrier for first-time buyers.
For sure. It's probably the number
The money
one.
paid to buy a home has increased sharply relative.
Probably the top one reason. Hold up. Buying versus renting. Estimate mortgage versus estimated rent payments. So mortgage is definitely a little higher, which is expected. I don't know. So mortgage payments are average about 25, which is right. Yeah, and about especially with interest rates. Rent about 2,000. That's about right.
Renting over the past decade. The increases in home prices have also outpaced increases in wages.
114%.
As a result, home sales are down across many markets, and the median age of the typical first-time home buyer has climbed to 38. That's up from age 29 in 1981.
What's good with y'all, fam?
I hired an AI
Appreciate you joining the live
assistant to
stream,
do
man.
literally
We covering why Americans can't find starter homes right now. Leave a comment during the conversation. Right now, it's because inventory and the prices
The headwinds
crazy.
that a 30-year-old may have, like student loan debt and car loans and credit card debt, and then they have rising rent. And so keeping that all in mind, it's hard to save for a down payment when housing affordability is really out of reach.
The problem is you have the most demand on the low end of the market because affordability is so rough right now, but you also have the least supply on the low end of the market.
The average price of homes has increased rapidly too. Nationwide, home prices have climbed over 52% between January 2020 and October 2024.
That's crazy.
Adding to the burden,
That's
mortgage
crazy.
rates have returned to their standard historical range, near 7%.
I need to get mine down. I'm about to
Homeowners with a mortgage
refinance.
Are paying 29% more
Mine's
than they
around
would
7.
if they rented the same house. Dynamics like that are shutting out all but the highest income Americans out of the market, at least on average.
We're seeing first-time home buyers come into the market using inheritance, using 401k or stocks, cashing those out, combining all of these resources.
Yeah, I think using your 401k balance is a smart move. Taking your 401k balance out to purchase a home, it's a smart move or not. Me personally, I wouldn't unless it was like last resort. But like all that compound interest and all those fees you gonna pay, I would have to run the numbers. Me personally, I wouldn't really. I wouldn't.
Making an all-cash purchase.
I wouldn't.
Investors are buying homes too, but economists saw their shares jump to an all-time high in 2024. Still, they make up a tiny fraction of the overall housing stock.
The issue of large-scale investors is really not an issue. If you look at their share of the market, it's only 1 to 2%. However, if you look within fast-growing markets, particularly those that are affordable, and in the South, those entities are making it a little bit more difficult for
Crazy.
buyers
This looks like a perfect picture because I literally drove through this.
to purchase. Having said all that, if there was a normal amount of supply and we didn't have the shortage, this would not be really an issue.
With elevated prices on the market, today's buyers may need to rely on outside help to finance a home.
I think it's increasingly difficult to buy that first home if you don't have help. In a more affordable market, it's $400,000. That means you have to come up with $80,000 in down payment if you assume the typical.
That's another thing with these houses. They want you to put 20% down. You know how long it takes to save $80,000, bro? 80,000 cash. You slaving away $80,000 cash, bro. Like, okay, let's put it in perspective. Right now, cash savings on average since I've been about 20 years old, bro. I've been able to save probably about $10,000 a year. And that's keeping the same lifestyle. I'm probably able to put away 10 bands cash. Maybe working a job, putting something away, a couple side hustles, couple big payments, throwing it in the savings account. 10 bands a year. 10 to 12 maybe. If I want a $400,000 home, and I got you don't have to put 80, 20%, but you're going to get hit with PMI, private mortgage insurance, that's going to raise everything up. It would take me 8 years. Is my math right? Yeah. 8 years to save up for a house. Well, I guess in hindsight, if I'm 30, by the time I'm 40, I'll be ready to put a down payment. That's all your cash though. That's 80 grand. That's $80,000. Like, I don't think you understand. Like 80,000, you just like, here, boom, you buy the house, gone. Closing costs, might get the house fixed, mortgage due in a month. The mortgage is due in 30 days. Is it really the best investment? Is it really the best investment?
It's really difficult to come up with that down payment. So we do see in the data
80,000 is crazy.
increasingly more consumers getting help, whether that's from their parents or from down payment assistance programs.
There are over 2,400 down payment assistance programs nationwide. Depending on your income and where you live, the aid can be substantial.
I haven't purchased a home yet, and I've been in the process of purchasing a home. But being in this process, I definitely have more of a optimistic, I guess, perspective with home buying now. And I just talked to a realtor here, and she even told me that you are able to purchase a home even.
Experts say they're holding back new construction.
This crisis is worsened by various factors, including rising construction costs, regulatory burdens, and limited availability of buildable land.
There's definitely excessive regulation, a lot of inefficient local zoning.
Yeah.
The zoning codes really originated nearly a century.
Whole bunch of new construction about me.
And it made sense at the
They
time.
been like crazy,
However,
bro.
since then, there's been
And they not even like OC homes, bro.
layers that
Like
made it, increasingly
cookie cutter
difficult
joints.
for builders. This is
They
certainly
built these houses in
concern.
3 months. They built these
Unfortunately,
houses in 3 months and then try to charge you $600,000 for them. That's
sometimes
ridiculous.
You have to think away from America.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't see it coming down, bro. So it's like if you want a house, just go ahead and get in and just bite that bullet and just get in, stay down. Let's be smart. Make sure you stack your money. Make sure you still have enough savings after when you get in the house, cause expenses gonna come up, bro. But overall, housing just expensive, bro. I've been contemplating even getting a house unless I get married, kids, stuff like that. Possibly, maybe it's like that, or I can imagine you put $80,000 in the stock market. You put that $80,000 in the stock market for a 10% return. Me, I know how to pick a stock, so I can probably get a 20-30% return. With $80,000, y'all do the math on that. We're gonna go ahead and get